Today we are going to be setting off the fire alarm system. However, we are not going to be doing that with your average smoke detector. Nor will we use a pull station. We're going to be using the duct detector. Now that is something we did before. However, it was unsuccessful. Let me explain. This is our furnace here. You can see it is running. It is getting heat from heat pump. It could be getting heating or cooling from heat pump, and then there's 3 stages of resistive supplementary heat. However, that's not really important to this video. This is the fire alarm system that I have installed in my house. I've done this for educational purposes to teach others how they work, as well as provide content for my channel, and it offers way better protection than we ever had before with the residential alarms that were causing so many problems. And with installing a commercial system, you can install commercial devices. And the duct detector is one of them. Something you wouldn't typically see in a house because there isn't really a residential option. But this is our notifier duct detector. This is a FSP 951 detector in this, I think it's a DNR something housing. This is an addressable detector, and we do have I believe it's a 1 foot or 1.5 foot sampling tube. I think it's 1.5 foot sampling tube. Goes decently far, that duct. You only have to cover a percentage of it when the duct's under a certain size. I can't remember what that was, but I know we are compliant here. And a duct detector is only half useful if you're not shutting down your air source, which is what we are doing with this relay here. Keep in mind, I have full videos on installing this fire alarm system, as well as programming it and installing this, as we did have some difficulties with the HVAC shutdown, and it originally didn't work last time we did this test, and I haven't done the test since then. However, I think it'd be really cool to do that again and actually do the test functionally and make sure that it actually works properly this time after we made our changes. I know theoretically it works, as we've tested it, it shuts it down, but it'd be cool to actually do that with smoke again. So what we're going to be doing is setting off a fog machine right into the return air and watching it get pulled through the system and seeing, is it going to spread out the supply ducts, or is it going to shut down before that happens? Because ideally it should shut down. The whole point of duct detection is to detect smoke in the air ducts, so you then shut down your air handlers before that smoke gets spread around, because that smoke could be toxic, or actually definitely is going to be toxic most likely, and is extremely dangerous in a fire, because you can shut all the doors in the building you want, but that is useless if your HVAC system is still running, drawing in smoke into the return air and then spreading it throughout all the rooms from the supply air. That is just one supply air to the whole building. So you can shut all the doors, but that's useless if it's still going to spread it around. That's why it's really important to have detection on the actual duct, not only having spot detectors around the building, but actually have detection in that duct, so you make sure you detect if there is smoke in that duct. Before I set this off, let me explain the setup. This is going to be very similar to the last one, and I'll explain why I've done things the way I have. We have 3 return air areas in the house. This one in the hallway is the one we're going to be using. There is one here, as well as one in the living room upstairs, but it's under the couch, so that's difficult to get to. And there's one in the basement ceiling, but that's also difficult to get to. This one here is an ideal location for me to show, because it's pretty central in the house. So this is where we are going to set off the fog machine and hopefully pull the smoke in. I'm hoping we set off the duct detector before we set off one of the spot detectors. I'm going to set up a second camera here at this supply vent. Why this one? Well, this is the very first one on the run. So if there's going to be smoke spread to this one will get it first. However, I'm not done there. I'm actually going to put a camera in the duct. And I'm going to set up another camera down here in the bottom, looking up this duct there. So I will actually be able to see the sampling tube, and you can see the smoke coming down into the duct. So that's the 3 cameras I'm going to have set up. I'm hoping that's going to look pretty cool. Going to put a dust cover on this detector there, and shut these bedroom doors so we don't activate those detectors, as I would like to try and activate that duct detector first. Now the only other detector on the second floor is the one in the stairwell. so I can't get to that one. And by the way, I'm not a fan of these clear covers, as you can't tell it's there. So that makes it really difficult to notice, which it should be noticed. But that's a different story. This is up to temperature, and this always does circulate a little bit of air, but I want to have this running in either heat or cooling to have the fan at full speed to really pull in the smoke for a worst case scenario, or maybe best case scenario. But I think it's not going to draw much smoke in if it's at a lower level, and it's not going to activate as quick as the smoke. I think it's just going to go up instead of going down into the duct. So you can see right now the system's just in standby, and it is running fan, but you can hear how quiet it is. It's not running very fast. So we've taken the cover off. We'll take the filter out. You should actually see how dirty it's been. It's been in here a couple of months. Oh, it's not terrible yet. And I'm going to put this light in the duct looking up, as well as the phone that's going to record the video. And I will try and get the dogs outside so they don't have to hear the fire alarms. This one here, Ayla doesn't mind. The fire alarms don't bother her. However, this fella is a different story. That is set up down in there, and we'll put the filter back in. Make sure everything's set up the way it usually would be. Put the door back on. That is starting back up. Okay, all the cameras are rolling. Let's pump some fog into the ducts. And by the way, yes, fog machines absolutely do set off the fire alarm. I told them the lizards were outside, so they'll go lizard hunting. This is in a trouble because it was lost power, but we'll see. There we go. Okay, it's good now. So we're gonna bump up the heat a few degrees. Let's do 21. Get the system to come on. It's still waiting right now, but this will come on. And once the fan's going, we'll get some fog going here. This will wait a little bit after power was lost. That's what this usually does. Okay, the heat was taking too long for wait, so I put it on cool instead. And we'll wait for us to be able to hear the air. All right, it's starting to come on. All right, I think we're mostly on enough here. And I gotta wait for this to reheat up. Okay, well, she decided to lay on the vent. Okay, well, but yeah, there's not too much smoke. She decided to lay on the vent. But yeah, there's not too much smoke. Little bit of smoke coming out of here, but not much. See, the air has stopped. Yeah, and there is a little bit of smoke, but not much. That did shut down the HVAC. I suppose I could have looked at the annunciator. And that tripped. HVAC duct. You can see that's its own zone on here. I apologize for the dog coming to lay on the vent, but she likes to lay on the cold air-conditioned floor, so that's what she does. She knows to go there, and there's cold air. I think you can still see it though. Not too much smoke came out. Don't know why you hotboxed it up over here, Ayla, but that's all right. Okay, that was very much successful. It detected the smoke, put the system into alarm, and shut down the HVAC. And with all of that, it did that all before it got spread around the house, before the smoke got spread into all the rooms. So that is successful. We'll reset the fire alarm system here. That way we can get their system back on to clear out the smoke. Hopefully it doesn't re-alarm. First, I'm going to take our camera out of the duct. Okay, got the phone out. We'll do a annunciator reset. And once that's done restoring, that will bring our HVAC system back on. Okay, this has gone back all good. And our fire alarm has not re-alarmed, so that's seems so far so good. Alrighty guys, that's going to be it for this one. So that worked perfectly. We put the smoke in the duct detector detected it soon enough to shut down the motor that's driving that fan in there, so it was able to shut that all down before it got spread around. You could see it was just starting to come out those supply duct. So that shut that down nice and early and did what it was supposed to. So that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you do have any comments or questions, feel free to leave those down in the comment section below the video. And if you do enjoy my channel, make sure to subscribe. Also, if you are interested, I do have an Instagram account at Pickle700 for bonus content, stuff posted earlier than you'd see it on the YouTube channel, that sort of thing. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching.